Hey, this is Tracy Lewis with Stuff and Things with a quick take on the new Stampin' Up! Mini die cutter. They have the full-size machine. I travel full-time and I use a very small 6-inch wide machine, but was very interested in getting this little guy to test out and see how I like when I do the smaller embossing and die cutting. How I like the machine. I've already used it a couple of times, and so far I do like how it works, but I thought I would go ahead and demo. I have not actually done embossing folders yet, and so I want to do that real time with you guys. First, I'm going to finish what I had started. I have been die cutting the pansy patch paper, because I need to return the stamps and dies, and I wanted to get some cuts made, so I thought I better stop and get this video. So basically you end up with 5 plates that come with the little machine, and it says that for the sandwich of die cutting is this white plate, and then you sandwich the die cuts between these two number 2 plates. I've always tried really hard, maybe not with 100% success, to make one plate the cutting plate. So far you can see that would be this one, and then I want to keep the second plate nice and crisp and clean. So let's run through. I already have cut up a strip of some leaves that I want to cut. What I plan to do, I also split the paper with my fellow demonstrator under me, Linda, and so I am trying to cut up all of the pieces to have on hand to do some cards over the summer with. This pansy patch is, I'm not sure if it's carrying over or not. I need to check the retiring list, but I do know it is, the mini catalog it's in ends the end of June. So I will go ahead and place, I like to place my thin dies face down, so I have the one that I'm going to cut into, and I'm going to grab the small leaf. There's a narrow leaf and a wider leaf, and I've got a whole bunch of them I get to cut out, but I just want to run it through with you guys so you can see what it feels like. I gotta turn that over the right way. We'll cut this one. So the other machine that I have is a different brand. It's one that I've had for many years. It has like a suction cup, a very large rubber suction cup. When you open it up, the suction cup suctions. This has really fat, sticky rubber feet. So I was concerned that when I run it through, it would move. So I'm going to demonstrate what it looks like, and you can judge for yourself, but I don't feel that it moves, so all I have to do is start cranking. Oh, what is moving is my mat. My grid mat is moving, but I find that this doesn't actually move. It's really easy. It has a very easy way of going through. Here's the 2 leaves. They cut nice. It's easy to tell that they're centered, as you can see here. And then I'm going to go away and find that die that popped onto the ground, and I'll be back to do an embossing folder. Alright, I am back. I'm going to start with the standard embossing folder, which uses the die cutting bottom plate, and it uses the light gray standard embossing plate. So I did actually practice with this first, and here's what I have discovered. When you have your sandwich, make sure that the embossing folder is back a little bit so that you can get some squeezing to get it starting in the roller. You can also see that the plates are not flat on the ends. They actually taper, for lack of a better term, and your goal is to get the taper through the roller to get it started. And then you still have, when you have it come in, it is inset, say 3/4 of an inch, it still hits the end. So I suggest that you line up your plate on number 1 so that the embossing folder butts up to the back end. I am left-handed, so I choose to roll with my left hand, and I'm going to place my arm over the top, rest it on the handle, and I'm going to go ahead and lift this gray plate and push it. You can see the handle is moving. Once it gets started and it gets a grab, you can then hold onto the handle and roll it through, and it is easy peasy. Whoa, look at that. Well, that was exciting. Okay, so easy to do. This is why we're here, to practice these things and show you the best way to do it. And look at how crisp the embossing is. Next, I am going to do a different green, or a thinner green, with the evergreen leaves. This is a very thick, it's like twice as thick as the standard embossing folder. It is called a 3D embossing folder, and I am supposed to use one on the bottom, dark gray on the top, which, as you can see, is way thinner. Again, I am going to place my embossing folder lined up at the end so that there is this much space. I guess that's more like an inch, so that when I place the dark gray, I can go ahead and hold it with my fancy trick and lift a little bit on the dark gray, watch the handle start to move so that I know that it is now placed within the roller. Start to roll, hold on to the handle, and now I'm going to be careful when I finish because it went and jettisoned on me. There you go. And that is the best way I have found, with the short time I have played with the little mini die cut machine. And here is what the cuts look like. Very crisp and clear, easy to use. I like how small it is. Literally, so you guys are seeing my work surface here, which is what, 17 inches by the measurement on my mat. And I would say I have about 10 inches to the right and 4 inches to the left. And that is all of my work surface I have to play with, which is why I was very interested in buying this little guy, which takes up less enough room that I can have things on the either side of my mat, and I don't have to clear everything off. I do have a sideboard TV tray that holds other supplies that I'm using, but by having this little guy be as small as he is, I can leave more things on my desk when I bring him out. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please leave them here on the video. I will not have a blog article for this. This is just going to be a quick take. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.